So your beard, like did you have any of the artists you work with try your beard? Or
Yeah.
What did they think of it?
They was loving it. So far, I've had my man Crucial Conflict. I don't know if y'all ever heard of them. They sung "Hey" in the middle of the bar.
Smoking on, hey in the middle of the bar. That was the
Well, I don't know.
Okay. I had them cats. Let's see what else we got going on. My man, who else? Nappy Roots, the one to sing All My Life.
One of my favorite groups. I grew up on them.
Hey.
They like the beard too?
Like the beard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to get some more people to check it out. But, like celebrities is cool. I guess I want to be a celebrity, but coming up in life, nothing was like just being like a cool around the way homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Like a celebrity, that's like a baby celebrity, and then there's celebrity. But I feel like the cool around the way homeboy is more personal. He's more heartfelt.
More peaceful too.
Yeah, So you know what I'm saying? I've been out there drinking with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, what's up? Drinking one with them, talking about it, keeping it cold. Seeing what they think. I'm gonna get some more celebrities to try it.
Who do you like working with?
I'm gonna holler at you, I wanna try it.
Huh?
I'm gonna holler at you, I wanna try it.
Okay, yes sir.
Who do you really enjoy working with? Like artists or producers? Like, some people that you've just really found to be, great to work with.
I love it's this dude from Compton. He like a legendary on the underground scene. I'm gonna try to surface him and bring him up. But he got his own thing going, but I want to turn my people onto it. His name is OG Daddy V. He real fun to work with.
OG Daddy V.
OG Daddy V from Compton. Look up some of his.
Check him out.
He a gangster rapper. He mean on the mic, but then in real life he'll just have you rolling. You know what I'm saying? He a cool cat. OG Daddy V. Let's see, working with. You know what I'm saying? It was fun to work with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, what was that like?
You know what I'm saying? I was with Bishop Don Magic One, and I like working with him too, man. That's my man. Shout out to Bishop Don Church, Bishop Don Magic One. I was out there with Bishop Don Magic One, and he cool, man. I go see him, and I don't know what's gonna happen. You get in the car with him, and you know what I'm saying? You get in the car with him, and so it's like, man, I went over to Don Juan's house. I smoked the blunt. We got in the car, and after that, we ended up. I'm just, we just playing music, talking, just big. We ended up at Snoop compound.
It's Charlie Murphy story right here.
So I'm just chilling with Bishop. Get to the back. We go park the car. We come out. I know that lady. Her name is man. I know her face. I can see her face. She is funny. Her name is like, help me out, Linnell. That shit make me mad as hell. Damn. She was like on Borat. I think she was on Borat. She was like a comedian at the old people's home. And she was talking about putting perfume on her private part. She was like, ooh, she started running around. She said it was burning and everything. Come on, y'all. Linnell. I think it's Linnell. Oh, yeah. We're going to find this out. This is making me too, man. I'm going to find this out real quick. I don't know. I'm thinking it's Linnell. I keep wanting to think if it's a V or an E or something. Let's see. Give me a quick second.
Snoop, I'm sure has got good vibes.
Yeah.
You both got your own weed, Y'all can collaborate on a lot of things, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So we have to have a true or false moment. Is it true that you sampled "Row, Row, Row Your Boat" on Crazy Rap? Because we have to know. We saw this. We heard this.
I'm busted. You got me.
It's "Row, Row, Row Your Boat."
I had to say something sarcastic. Roll, roll, roll my joint. Oh, high five right there. Oh, touchdown. Pick out the seeds and stems.
Oh my god. And what about Palmdale? We wanted to ask you about Palmdale because Palmdale actually has a really cool sample, "Spring Love" by Stevie B, which was like a big song. And you decided, was that you that decided that?
I decided that. Certain things remind you of certain things.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear a song and it'll remind you of something. You can see a building, it'll remind you of something. You can see a building, you arrive by your hometown, you see a building, and if you don't watch it, you can see yourself just running through there playing, "Hey Johnny, Billy," whatever, you know what I'm saying? So like, for some reason, like I used to play, like before I moved to Palmdale, like I lived in South Central, so like, and then before South Central, I stayed in Mississippi. I stayed in South Central, and then Mississippi, South Central. So basically, I was basically around like, soul music, gospel music, blues, and rap music. That's what I knew. So when I went to Palmdale, it expanded. What I heard. I noticed there was like now in the hood, the homegirls had a love song singer they loved called Keith Sweat. They was all crazy in my head. Okay, he was like the ghetto Elvis. Bitches went crazy over Keith.
I got mad Keith Sweat out there.
He said, okay. So then I noticed that I don't know what all I knew was Mexicans because that's all I knew. But there's a Latino world that I was ignorant of, and in the Latino world, I believe I know in Palmdale he was, but Stevie B was a Latino Keith Sweat. So like, I remember I liked the beats though. I liked it. I like Keith Sweat. I like some of the songs like yeah. Some love songs do get on my nerves. Like it's just a dude trying to outdo you. It's like get the fuck out of here. You don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I like Keith Sweat. I love good music. So I like Keith Sweat. And I was like this Stevie B. Like we'd all go to school. If you was broke, I had a bunch of rap tapes. So I always come to school with my rap tapes. So like if I'm watching MTV. And if you got a good whatever tape and I don't got it, I start coming out with top-notch rap trying to swap you up. So I can take your tape home, dub it, and then you do it with mine. And then I come back to school, you know what I'm saying? I was increasing my music like that, So, I was, I go to school, I came up on, I heard Stevie B, the cheerleaders, we had some cheerleaders go to our school, you know what I'm saying? And so like when I go to class, I remember whichever way I would walk, it'd be a lot of cheerleaders over there, and they would be fixing their hair in the morning. Some of them would have their hair fixed before they got to school. But some, life's a bitch, we late to school. So I remember that you would get to school a little bit before school, and I remember Stevie B just being played. So when I think about, sometimes I think about, it was the top part of the day, my clothes were ironed, my khakis was creased, I'm showered, I had, I'm walking to class, everything, and then I can hear Stevie B, then it's the words. I remember when we first started, I took you in and you were broken hearted. Something about, I took you in and wiped all your tears away. I gave you loving more than any other gave. And in my best case scenario fantasy, that makes Palmdale a beautiful woman singing to me. You know, I come from South Central, people beat my ass, shooting it. So she like, I remember when we first started, you came to me and you were broken hearted. I took you in it, wiped all your tears away. I gave you love it. Cause you know, I had time to flourish. I could think about other stuff. I could write songs, I could sell tapes. I could play some sports. I could really do my thing. So, you know, you get a place where you can consistently do that, you're going to develop a love for that spot, you know? 'Cause that's where you do your thing, you know, uninterrupted.
Oh, yeah.
So, those words, it spoke to me. So, like, I wrote my song first before I even had a melody. I told my story. I called myself Frobo, and I call myself my hip hop man. You know, all these rappers make up these names for themselves, like Hove. Jay-Z calls himself Hove. Ice Cube calls himself Don Mecca. Okay, I'm gonna play around a little bit. The Afroman, I'm gonna be Terminator 2. And if y'all ever see Terminator 2, he always morphed into whoever he was trying to be at that time. Okay, now I do that lyrically.
Right.
Like, whatever I'm talking about, whoever I need to be at that time, that's who I become.
So you were showing that symbolically through,
Yeah, so like, when I looked at I told my story, I wrote my story about Palmdale. I laid all the facts on the table in, chronological order. So after I did that, I was trying to come up with a delivery formula. And then, I call it, I make rappers smoothies. I created this rapper because he did it. I became Ice Cube / Biggie Smalls smoothie. And the name of this Terminator 2 rapper I'm creating is called Frobo. So Frobo, you know what I'm saying, had to morph into an Ice Cube Biggie Smalls smoothie. Just like Bones, we used to stay in the slum. L.A., by the way, gangbangers killing each other for rest. Bam, bam, bam. So Palmdale. So after I told my story, I was like, what am I saying? I was like, Palmdale was cool, but then, you know, didn't make it playing football, this, that, and the other. And then all of a sudden, in the background, I could hear Stevie B. Palmdale, like spring love. Come back to I went to jail. I wanted high school again. I wanted.
That was a great choice.
Yeah, I wanted the football team again. I wanted to do a double pump backwards dunk again. You know what I'm saying? And I had then got off into this life of work release, trying to stay out of jail, trying to take care of myself. No more mom and dad. Like real life crash course. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was on a good note. I yearned for those good old days.
Yeah.
You know, that song is equivalent to Bruce Springsteen's Glory Days. Not trying to rub shoulders with him, but I'm just saying, like, he was kind of on a Palmdale page. And then I can listen to another artist, like you'll have that guy, Bryan Adams.
Yeah.
Was the summer of '69. That was his Palmdale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So like, I can. It's funny, you know. But other guys reminisce, and they on a good one. They'll want some kind of youth glory of, back again. And the song is something that everybody can connect to. So on my song Palmdale, I heard Stevie B in the. After I wrote it and said it to myself, Stevie B came. I remember walking through the hallway and like, I remember
that feeling.